winging it.
Be honest.
That's a sack. You got sacks. It took too long.
And I have not even opened them.
The books suck, dude. I'm not gonna lie, they suck.
Right now I'm
Continue.
on the winging it note, but I think my wife might have something to say about that.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison, alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is breaking news brought to you by the Metro family of dealerships in Madison, Metro Kia and Metro Ford. Breaking news, former Badgers guard
of Madison, Oi.
John Blackwell is headed to Duke, to finish out his career per ESPN. He's Matt Hamilton. Molly
His
Brown
college
is
career.
It says career here.
Well, yeah, but he's going to play after this.
Okay.
His
Matt
college
Hamilton, Molly Brown. Is he?
Yeah, he'll play somewhere.
Okay. Primetime Orshon behind the glass. We are presented by Coors Light. The Mountains of Blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power in the Everlight Solar Studio. Again, Molly Brown is not partaking in person today. She's just had enough of you and I, Matt.
Basically.
Don't blame her. Get used to it. You got nothing but time.
Molly and I have side bets. You're going to end up missing random shows of things you either forgot to do or that you'd rather do.
I mean, yeah. But it won't be that many.
In Matt Hamilton terms, there won't be that many.
Yeah.
Right. When you're out like 2 weeks, 2 days will feel like nothing.
Exactly. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yes. Sure.
If I feel like I'm getting on your nerves a little bit, I'm going to take a day or two.
So
Until I come back, and then I come back and you go, oh, Matt, we missed you.
You out tomorrow? Is that...
I mean, this is if you both are remote tomorrow, then that'll be my indication that you're done with me for a minute.
Wait, I gotta pull back the curtain a second before we circle back to the breaking news from John Blackwell. Molly, Matt saw that you're on remote today and said, is she on remote because half the show is going to be on ESPN Madison's YouTube stream, so then she can just like be home earlier? He's like, I like that idea.
I'm like, that's
Oh,
smart.
no, I wish I was that creative. I wish I actually looked at the content schedule to see that we were on YouTube for the second half of the show. No, that is not why. My kid had an appointment today, so I took him to that. And I was like, I'm not going to drive to Madison then just for the show. Yeah. No offense, you guys.
No, plenty taken. No, this guy, Matt's scheming away, so there's no offense taken by
the
Matt.
gears
Matt's
were
like,
turning.
How can I maneuver my way to be home?
It's like, I only live 15 minutes away, and Molly's like 50. How can I make it seem like it's impossible for me to get downtown?
Matt, you would have been livid like 2 weeks ago. You were out, and it was only me, Ryan, and Jim on the show. And we had the opportunity to be done at 5. And then Jim decides to keep going.
It's my first day back.
He didn't want to go home.
It's my first day back.
It was his first day back, and me and Ryan were like, sweet. We're both going to get home at like 6 o'clock. We're going to be like just feeling it. We're going to enjoy the nice weather. Nope. We stayed on until like 6:05. We ended up staying because Jim couldn't stop talking.
I had a lot to say.
That's fair. I will say, what was it? Not yesterday, Monday, but a week ago when it was my first day back.
A week ago Monday.
I definitely would have been done at 5 if you wanted to be.
Yeah, Matt, you're the opposite, Matt. Because I love how Matt says, I get it.
I have stuff to say, but I'll just save it till Tuesday.
Exactly.
I love that Matt's got like
Keep
some
it in the
sort
hopper.
of tank
I can
of
imagine.
words that like, well, I'm out of words, so I'll just save it for the week. I got X amount of words for the week. I'm out of words. I'm not out of words.
No one questioned that.
Including words about John Blackwell. And you know what? Not only am I happy for him going to Duke, I am rooting for him at Duke. It honestly reminds me as a FAU alum of my Fandom. You know, you're this smaller, kind of plucky college, and you try to do what you can to put together a winning team, and then you go watch your best players go play for someone else. You know, at FAU, it was Elijah Martin at Florida, and then Vlad Golden at Michigan, Nick Boyd at San Diego State right afterwards, and then obviously you had Joel Davis at Alabama. Like, you just got to go see them play everywhere, and so you just kind of end up rooting for them. The one thing I don't think Wisconsin will have, because Greg Gard is just absolutely loves University of Wisconsin, you won't have to root for Greg Gard in a different program like I had to root for Dusty May somewhere else. But look, this just made me feel like home. I'm happy that John Blackwell can move on up and go play for Duke and get paid some money and go chase down a national championship. I hope he's the difference maker for Duke. I'm actually, and obviously I'm having a little bit of fun there, Matt, but I am legitimately happy for John Blackwell. I'm excited. I will be rooting for him. I will be watching more Duke basketball this year because I want to see what John Blackwell will do with Duke.
What he'll Duke. I'm with you. I'm pulling for him too. It's obviously a bummer that he's not at Wisconsin anymore, but I understand. Like, we don't have the money to keep him, and if you did pay him, you're not gonna be able to get anyone else. Like, all the reasons I understand. It just kind of stinks to know that we're not in the biggest pond as Badgers. We're maybe a fairly big fish in that middle to lower level Power 5 pond.
Middle of the Power 5.
Middle of the Power 5.
Middle of a major.
Middle of a major, exactly. And it just stinks that we're gonna get fished by the bigger pond for all of our big fish to go into a bigger pond and see how they do. It's kind of the pessimistic side of me says that this is the new norm, and this is what you should get used to as a Wisconsin fan. Try and be the best you can in your medium-sized pond, and hope you can watch your players go flourish in the big pond later in their careers in college ball.
I don't really care if I'm being honest. Like, okay, cool.
No.
Like, that's exciting. It's
What do you
exciting
mean? Don't you want the Badgers to do well?
I'm not going to pretend like I care about Wisconsin basketball other than in March. Like, that is my fandom as a Wisconsin basketball fan. No, of course not. I'm not going to pull Matt. No, so like, I mean, it's exciting for him. It's cool. I will say it's cool to see a major program pick up a player from Wisconsin. Like, I do think that is something cool in and of itself. And it's exciting for him to be able to potentially go make a lot of money. But like, I'm not rooting for him or against him. Like, he did what he did at Wisconsin. He was a great asset to the University of Wisconsin, but like, I really don't care. But I'm just genuinely curious to see what kind of a player he's going to be there, because I think that's really going to show fans where Wisconsin basketball is at, right? Because he was one of the stars on the Badgers, right? Averaging 19.1 points per game or whatever it was. Like, he was one of the top guys here. What is he going to be there? Like, is he going to be a starter? Is he going to be the sixth man? Like, what is his role going to be there? And then just kind of comparing that to what his role was at the University of Wisconsin, I think is going to be really interesting for fans.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's definitely something to look at, and it should give you a pretty good gauge at where you feel Wisconsin's at. I do have a question for you and Jim, though. So there's been a handful of Wisconsin athletes coming out of high school that have committed to Duke and other blue blood programs. And then we're starting to see transfers like Blackwell. When are you more upset at the player? When the like Wisconsin in-state kid doesn't take Wisconsin as their opportunity, or when the guy that ended up going to Wisconsin for a little bit gets plucked by the blue blood? Because for me, I kind of look at like Mama and Papa Knipple. I'm like, you couldn't have pushed the Badgers a little harder? You couldn't have pushed them a little bit harder to make it.
Wait, you're mad at the Knipples for that?
Yeah, like make it, because when I was growing up, like Wisconsin to my family was the pinnacle.
But you understand.
Why don't they? No, I understand.
They get paid money coming out of high school now.
And the pinnacle of college basketball is Duke.
No, I get it. I get it. Here's the thing.
To be a hometown kid, I get it.
Yeah, the homegrown
What kind
thing.
of discount?
Like, my parents knew that
Pause.
there's nothing. Hold on.
Matt, no, but
yet.
wait. Scott and Kathy Hamilton
Yes.
would rather you say, let's say you were the Matt Hamilton, but of basketball instead of curling. Like, you're obviously a legend in curling. So let's take it to basketball. And they had the opportunity. You could go play for whatever the equivalent of Duke is for $5 million coming right out of high school, or you could go play for the Badgers for $1.5 million out of high school. You think your parents are going to be like, yeah, go play for the Badgers?
Also,
now, obviously we're in a go ahead.
Knipple would not have the success in the NBA and potentially be the rookie of the year if he didn't go to Duke.
No,
that would
I
not
100% agree with that. And it's more of like a feeling thing than a rationale thing. If I showed those kind of flashes in high school that I could be like blue blood caliber basketball player, my parents would tell me to go to the blue blood. I'm just saying, as a normal kid growing up playing a less than normal sport and watching all the normal sports, Wisconsin was like the goal. That was the dream, to play at Camp Randall, to play at the Kohl Center. So like that for me, like it had nothing to do with did I have the potential. My parents knew I didn't have the potential to do that. They just touted it like it was something that was extremely special.
Well,
you're an in-state kid. That should be the dream.
I get what you're saying, and maybe it held a little more water at this point. And
Well, it's, in the NIL era, it's completely gone.
Well, that's the
but
thing.
it might have held water in 1999.
But even then, especially 1999, even pre-NIL, but like because 99, the Badgers were really not turning out pros. I would say that it's the pro aspect of it. Like Tyler Hero not coming to Wisconsin, I wasn't bothered by that. Wisconsin, one, at that point, still was not a one-and-done school. They weren't going to let you showcase your skills and get yourself to the pros. And so Tyler Hero going somewhere where he could showcase his skills and basically learn to be a professional athlete before he could go be a professional athlete, I never was mad at that. Or J.P. Tokudo going to North Carolina, it didn't work out for him. Diamond Stone going to Maryland, it didn't work out for him. But there are other players that went other places that it worked out. Tyrese Halliburton worked out really great at Iowa State. I was never mad at the player. Like Halliburton, I was mad at Wisconsin. Like even when Diamond Stone and other players left, I was mad at Wisconsin because they either didn't properly recruit them hard enough, which was some of the stuff with Bo Ryan, that they just didn't think they fit the system, and or Wisconsin had no interest in developing pro players. They wanted to develop players to win at college basketball. And I don't fault them for that. So for me, top-notch pro prospect kids really were never on the table for Wisconsin.
And it's a shame. I actually, you know what? I think you might have hit the nail on the head. Don't be mad at the player. Be mad at the organization for not. Because how many times have we heard the stories that they weren't courted well? You know what I mean? Like, if you want a player, you can show them how great Madison is and make sure that they enjoy their time here. And you've heard stories of players not like, I think Christian Driver was a good example. We had asked Donald and stuff. He's like, yeah, they kind of just showed him around and said, see you later. And they didn't treat him like he was special or like they really wanted him. And he ended up going to Penn State, and then he bounced to Minnesota. And I don't even know if he's still playing college football. But
I don't think so.
yeah, might not have worked out.
I think there's a reason the Badgers passed on him.
Yeah, we didn't miss out on Christian
I'm not
Driver.
saying he was a miss, but it's an example of somebody that, you know,
You wanted to play. I get it.
you thought could be a good Wisconsin connector. Even like the good players, too. Like Tyrese Halliburton, you said that they didn't push hard for him. I don't know.
I mean,
I think the
I'm
difference.
deferring to you.
Sometimes
Yes.
with in-state recruits, sometimes you already know they're planning to go somewhere
Yes.
else. So then the school doesn't recruit them because they're not going to spend their time on a guy that's not actually available to them. So I think to
Don't
answer
you think it's still worth a shot, especially with like Tyrese Halliburton, how much he loves Wisconsin?
I
Like
don't
he
know-
literally is
so-
doing an
yes.
Oshkosh Bagosh campaign.
I don't know the Halliburton story. Iowa State, to me, insinuates that he might have been available, and I want to say this as delicately as possible. There were certain. I won't name the players' names. There were certain players when you actually were a student athlete, getting them into the University of Wisconsin wasn't going to happen. So, like, that was the other part of it.
that was part of it. For
You
a
mean
long
like
time.
academics?
Yes,
Okay.
they just weren't going to get into the school.
Yeah.
So even if you got them to commit, yes. Because it wasn't just grades. I'll add this little part. It was they could get them in if they were willing to put the work in to get the grades. But why put the work in to get the grades to go play at Wisconsin when you could just go play somewhere else without having to put in the extra work to get the grades?
Right.
We'll keep it vague on names.
And I will say that does kind of go back to the overall philosophy, I think, of Wisconsin, too, is that they were never willing to really, like, be loose to help a player get in. Like, there are certain schools that are, like, really high-standing academic institutions, like the Michigans of the world, who, like, they found a way to get really good athletes in there even if their grades weren't up to snuff. Like, that's just something that happened.
And we're not saying
because-
it's mutually exclusive, but
Yeah, it
they
doesn't
were
have
just,
to.
yeah.
I mean, every school has their own different approach to it, but I think that's also carried over into what Wisconsin now does in like NIL too, where like they're not really like willing to go out of the way to like bend the rules or try and like feed extra money to players because like I think for some reason it feels like Wisconsin has this identity of like we want you to want to come here, and if you don't like necessarily want us or treat it as like this is a real like privilege to be courted by Wisconsin, then
Right.
like maybe we don't want you.
Cheap
That's-
trick. I want
that's
you
a
to
vibe.
want me.
Yeah, kind of. Honestly, I think Wisconsin has this idea that
Cheap
they're
is the operative word for Wisconsin.
yes, and I think Wisconsin thinks of themselves.
Still not a bad word.
Wisconsin thinks of themselves kind of in the vein of like a Notre Dame or a Michigan when it's like you're Wisconsin.
We're a Big Ten Ivy League.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good school. Don't get me wrong, but like
Ivy League, the Big Ten.
one of them, sure.
Just ask us.
Just
We'll tell ya.
exactly. They definitely will tell you.
Wisconsin is a great school, but so is Michigan and Nebraska and Illinois. Like they all have all those schools are viewed very high.
And they're
in
far
the
more.
academic.
And I think the Michigans and Notre Dames, they're far more competitive in athletics than
Yes.
Wisconsin is for football, basketball. I should say.
Yes. So I want to continue this conversation on the other side because we got a lot of angry people. And look, in Twitter's where angry people live, but we got a lot of angry people on Twitter with some mean things to say, which I think they're a bunch of losers. So I want to call them out for it because I'm sorry. This is not like Craig Counsell going to the Cubs. This is a young man who has the opportunity to better himself and go play for the best organization in basketball, possibly in Duke. Obviously UConn, and there's a couple others up there. But
You're more likely to go pro if you're playing your last year in college at Duke than Wisconsin.
Absolutely.
Duke is Duke.
yes,
Yeah.
Duke is the Duke of
Duke. Yeah, basketball. Yeah, college basketball. Yeah.
You know what's the Duke of beer? Leinenkugels.
It sure is, and right now that's new shandy flavor. This season's summer shandy, the orange shandy. They also have summer shandy, which is the lemonade, but the orange shandy is fantastic. You should check it out when you find it because they might be hitting shelves now. So stock up before they're out. That's Leinenkugels Orange Shandy. Must be 21 years or older to enjoy, and get it wherever you get delicious Leinenkugels beer.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, featuring 2026 curling national champion Matt Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
The News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team is certified for delivering the most accurate forecast in the entire state of Wisconsin. Morning meteorologist Savannah Brito.
When you're making plans, the weather often has other plans.
Evening meteorologist Blaze Keller.
At home, at work, or on the go, when we know, you'll know.
Chief meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Our team has the experience you can count on and the accuracy you can trust.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, window, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
I didn't see myself going to college because I struggled with anxiety and depression, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I've found my community. There are a ton of support resources, and I never feel like I'm alone. My advice to others, keep pushing on. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
There are many reasons why local businesses are frustrated with their current business technology vendor. LSM Chiropractic Business Manager Sarah Pavlik had her reasons.
I would say there was two components. The first was the lack of customer service that we were experiencing, and then pricing.
So Sarah, you switched to James Imaging Systems because?
Initially pricing, which was fantastic. Customer service was hands down something that we hadn't experienced with 2 or 3 prior companies.
What else makes James Imaging Systems stand out?
They spoke to us as people and not as just a number. They were actually concerned about what our bottom dollar was and what our needs were.
Bottom line, Sarah?
It allows us to be more efficient. Efficiency is just equivalent to time and money.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Make the switch today. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
If you're looking for a new car, Metro Kia of Madison is the place to go. I absolutely love my brand new Kia K4 and our Kia Carnival that we got just about a year ago from Metro Kia. I've had the best experiences there, from their sales team to their service team. Every single thing about my experiences have been nothing short of fantastic. Go to the team that I trust for my car buying process, and that is Metro Kia of Madison.
Metro Kia of Madison, hoy.
Robin Madison chimes in to Kevin Durant of Wisconsin talking about John Blackwell. TJ from the road chimes in, be mad at the university for not getting their NIL game together. And Chris from Manitowoc Waters chimes in, if anybody has anything negative to say about Blackwell going to Duke, they're an idiot. All they need to do is think about if they were that kid, or if it was their kid, would you want them to live out their dream and have a better chance to make it to the NBA? This is not Brett Favre going to the Vikings. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown with you. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
It's all, I mean, two things. So first of all, is Robin Madison trying to say that John Blackwell's a ring chaser?
I guess.
Okay. And two, I mean, it kind of just shows
be a
like
Sweet 16 chaser.
Like the fact that none of us are bummed that John Blackwell is going to a school like Duke just really, to me, shows where Wisconsin basketball is. Because if this was 2015 and he did it, like, we would all be like losing our freaking minds.
Yes. Excellent point. But we understand that we are not in the same conversation as Duke.
No, we're inferior to them.
Yeah. Matt, do you agree? We are inferior to Duke?
Yes. It's tough.
They'll say that, Molly, we'll pull it Evan Cohen here. Say that again. 2015, we were competing with Duke for national championships.
And we're one bad call away from winning.
Right.
Well,
yeah, now
Molly's got to clear the hair off of her mic first.
I was trying to filibuster it out.
Tangled.
I saw it. I was trying to stretch it out.
It's tangled. I'm struggling here, you guys. I just full transparency. Ryan just got mad at me on during the break because I was eating while I had my headset on.
She was eating directly into the mic.
What was she eating like?
Cheez-Its. Just
like
notoriously quiet cracker.
Right.
As I started talking about Metro Kia Madison, just Cheez-Its coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, your computer screen's covered with little Cheez-It
basically.
pieces, yeah.
But I will say my take again is that if this was 2015, this would be John Blackwell would be banned from the state of Wisconsin. We would hate him forever. All of the things. He would be horrendous, right?
Yep.
But now it's it doesn't even matter. And I'm glad that you brought up the whole Brett, or one of our texters texted about it being comparing it to Brett Favre and stuff, because it's nowhere near the same, because it's the Badgers aren't even close. It's not like John Blackwell was the driving factor behind the Badgers making it to the Sweet 16 and beyond.
Well, he
they're
would have
nothing.
Been. If they did, you would say it was because of John Blackwell and
Nick Boyd.
Boyd.
But to Molly's point, we understand that we are inferior to Duke. Craig Counsell going to the Cubs, that annoys fans because they're peer franchises.
Right.
Favre to the Vikings, peer franchises. Now, obviously, there's tiers to those peers, but in general, they are close. In this case, we're not shedding any tears, as I continue to try to rhyme, because John Blackwell is tearing up. He is going up to Duke. And so we're left
with no fear.
And we have no tears here at Madison because we're happy for him. Sam, I am.
Very good, Jim. Very good. I mean, I don't understand how you can be mad at somebody, especially in today's NIL landscape.
A college kid, too.
Yeah.
I do think that's a major difference from what Molly also mentioned, too. Like, the idea of, like, if this was 2015, if NIL existed in 2015, this very well might have happened for Wisconsin, too.
Maybe, but not to, I mean, Duke is like we wouldn't have felt inferior
Like it was an
to
upgrade.
Duke. Like the
It
level
would've
of
felt-
basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, Wisconsin had the back-to-back Final Fours in 14, 15.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, it's not like they've ever been, like, nearly on the same level as Duke.
We were
Nor
at
is
least
really-
like you could see them. Like, hey, there's Duke.
True, and I don't think it's that big of a gulf now. I think Wisconsin's still a top 25 college basketball program.
Fine, but the top 25 and the Dukes of the world are completely different worlds.
And I think that's why the landscape has changed, though, too, because there are just the haves and have-nots, especially in college basketball. And the haves are a very small group, and Duke is definitely one of them. I mean, you look at the list of schools John Blackwell was considering, it is like the teams that spend a ton of NIL money.
Yes.
It was Illinois, who actually ended up going with a different point guard. I don't know if it's because maybe he couldn't afford to go after John Blackwell at this point, but then it's like Arizona, Louisville. I think not UConn, but a couple other really like high spenders were in the market for him. Like, there are going to be the programs that, like, whether it's Wisconsin or the majority of college basketball programs, they can't keep up with the funding wise, and especially college basketball, because there's only a handful of schools that are going to be that committed in college basketball.
Yeah, and until Wisconsin turns its entire NIL theory or way that they work the system, change it around completely, like, we should just expect this.
Even if Wisconsin does that, they're not going to compete with the Dukes of the world. Even if Wisconsin had the NIL,
if you have the exact same
infrastructure in the
dollars,
right
you're only
way.
competing with like lore and blue blood.
So I want to.
They're never going to have the exact same dollars.
I want to spin this because Ryan asked this yesterday to me, and I want to spin it back to you. Then, why are you a Wisconsin fan? If there is no chance that the Badgers can compete, let's talk basketball specific, and you're just stuck being. It's not going to happen.
They can't compete in the funding, but they can compete on the court. I mean, Wisconsin played Michigan twice this year, and they.
I don't care about the regular season.
Well, okay, fine. All right. Well, then any regular season results don't matter.
Do you
then
care
I
about
guess
the
it
regular
doesn't.
season for the Packers?
Yes, we do, because we care about how far they go in the playoffs and how well you do in the regular season sets you up for the playoffs.
Okay, but the Badgers have not had any postseason success, so nothing they do in the regular season feels like it equates to.
Well, that's how I compensate.
The Badgers are closer to the Brewers, where it's like, hey, fun regular season because you have good players and you're going to try harder than everyone else. Every game's going to matter to you, and then when it comes to the matter of like talent plus willpower.
So why are you an FAU fan?
Because that's where I went to college. Okay, I didn't say. Okay,
I was born into it.
Yeah,
the Badgers.
I didn't go to UW Madison.
Obviously,
but
you know I'm not a born into it person. Clearly.
Well, no, but I mean, just like you're from the state of Wisconsin, yeah, you're gonna root for the Badgers. They're your team,
right? But this new NIL is kind of just a bummer.
It's a bummer, but it makes it tougher to compete in the off seasons. But once the season begins, if you construct the right team, and I think Wisconsin was on the level of a team that could compete with Duke, I don't think they would have beaten. Wisconsin, I would say, could have beaten Duke like 2 or 3 out of 10 times this year, maybe. And I'm not saying that as like a way to pat ourselves on the back, but I'm saying like it's not impossible that Wisconsin could take down a team like Duke or that they're that far away.
But they can't take down 4 of those schools to make any noise in the NCAA tournament.
That's why the NCAA tournament's extremely tough to win. Extremely. And especially nowadays, it's going to be probably like the top 5 to 8 teams that can win it on a yearly
basis. We're not
basis.
disagreeing, but then it's just like,
but I think
what's the fun in watching?
What's the fun in watching your team play sports?
Well, I mean, in the regular season to have it go nowhere.
But I think you can get to the point where you can make Final Fours. You can even make national championships. The idea of winning it on a year-to-year basis is a crapshoot for anyone.
You think you can get to the point where the Badgers can get to the Final Four in championships?
They could make Final Fours. Yes, I'm not saying every year,
like
but I'm
once
saying
a decade.
Sure.
With this current NIL system, you think the Badgers have a crack at a Final Four in the next 10 years?
Jim's FAU team just a few years ago went to the Final Four.
Very early in the. I mean, they caught all the breaks.
I will say this: a lot's going to change.
How'd
over
they
the
do
next
the
10
year
years,
after?
too.
When they lost all their players to big schools.
Well,
of course, but that's how
actually,
NIL works.
Wait, so technically, just to be clear on it, they made the tournament. they won one game, lost the second game, and then everyone left. So they actually were
because
able
that
to
was
keep
2 years later.
They were able to keep everyone for 1 year.
It was when Dusty May left.
And Dusty May stayed for an extra year, too. They all kind of agreed to stay.
And that's the difference, is that I think Wisconsin's always going to have the consistency of a Greg Gard. Like,
Yes.
I don't see him leaving, and I think this is always going to be a good program. And I'm not saying, I know the bites at the apple idea is kind of a losing one, the idea of, we just keep giving, like, the Goody philosophy.
It's just the Badgers feel capped, just like the Brewers, and, like, that's just a bummer.
Every team other than the top 5 is capped, I think. And I think that's the realization that it was that way before NIL, too. There was always the top 5 programs, especially college basketball. The Blue Bloods almost always won every single year. I mean, we look at the history. It's like Florida, UConn, Duke. Like, they are repeatedly winning championships over the last 20 years just because that's how college sports has always
But
been.
I'm not talking about championships. The Badgers the Badgers feel like they can't get to the Final Four. I'm not even talking championships. Now Final Four seems like impossible.
They made, 3 Final Fours in their history, in the actual history of, like, relevant college basketball? And that's over the course of 50 years? I mean, I think our expectations were really high because of the recency bias of what they did with Kaminsky and Decker. But, like, how many Kaminsky and Decker level teams has Wisconsin ever had?
So I guess, like, I know it's a different sport, but how do you guys not look at, like, Indiana football and see how quickly they turned it around and not just feel like I know it sounds cheesy, but not feel inspired by that. Like, I don't know how you can say that Wisconsin can't make it to a Final Four. I don't know how you can say that they can't. Like, I'm not thinking championship, but, like, to me, Final Four seems achievable. Like, it's going to be incredibly difficult. Don't get me wrong, and they need to spend money and they need to spend on the right people. But, like, it's definitely feasible. And I feel like if there was ever a time that there could be a quick turnaround for a team, it's now in the NIL era. You just literally need money.
That's exactly the thing. And you look at Wisconsin right now as a whole, the football team is the cash cow. So that's the one they're going to end up putting the money into. Basketball is the second artery of this system. And they're not going to get the same as, like, Duke's putting all their money into basketball because that's their sport.
Who won the national championship in basketball?
Michigan.
Okay. They put all their money in football. Michigan's budget's like $10 million for basketball.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that, like, to Molly's point, if things are done better and the Badgers spend a little bit more, it's possible. My whole take on Badger basketball is under the current system, not the way they're coached, but the way that they are backed, they don't need Duke money to compete for a title. They need Michigan money to compete for a title. But I have no faith, based on the entire run of the NIL, that Badger basketball has the infrastructure in place to be able to give Greg Gard the budget he needs to compete for Final Fours and Sweet 16s.
We all agree with this.
Yes. So, but I'm saying that, like, you brought up Duke is like Michigan is an example. You can spend
Michigan's
money on football.
Great, and Michigan's been pretty good over the last 20 years, but they haven't been Duke consistent.
But they've spent money. They hired
And
Dusty May. They
all
just
I'm
paid
saying
him
is
twice.
those schools that, like, prioritize basketball are the ones that are frequently in the mix at the end of the March.
That's part of it for sure. But I think there's schools that can pay both.
And like with the Indiana thing, like, yeah, we need backers though, like Cuban and people that are willing to put a lot of money out there, not just like, hey, I'm your alumni billionaire. Here's $100,000. Give me a building with my name on it.
And I've said it before. We all think we're lucky, and if you are lucky, then go to Ho Chunk Game in Madison and test your luck and see how lucky you are. And maybe you can get the money to fix the Badger program.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of payouts they have there. If nothing else, you can get the money to change your life a little bit, have a little fun, change your life, change your weekend, change your day over at Ho Chunk Game in Madison. Go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Game in Madison. Jason Wilde next.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, a WBA award finalist for Wisconsin's best radio show.
It's good for your TikTok, though. The ladies love Jim Rutledge on TikTok.
Yeah, what are your what are your numbers on TikTok, Jim?
It's like
50 plus.
Yeah.
50 to 65.
80%, 50 to 65, yeah.
I'm huge in retirement homes.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
With me is Sarah Pavlik, business manager at LSM Chiropractic. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems.
In a world where everybody's just a number and everybody's so busy being busy, they make you feel important, and I'm sure they have a lot of things going on.
One thing James Imaging Systems has going on is providing their clients with business technology expertise to get better work done and more value out of every dollar.
Absolutely. I cannot put a price or just a word on the value we've saved in every which direction. My time, again, the company has saved money as well.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and unmatched business technology expertise. Right, Sarah?
Correct. Yes. It's nice to reflect back and say we have a partner, not just a vendor.
James Imaging Systems. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Gearing up for tailgating, fireworks, festivals, and updating your home. This is an absolute season for it all. Siding Unlimited can handle the home part. Start the process by visiting Siding Unlimited at 2018 South Stoughton Road and check out our amazing showroom. Ideas will follow, and eventually you'll experience our fantastic carpenters installing new windows, siding, roofing, and doors. We do it all, and it starts by visiting our showroom or going to sidingunlimited.com.
Hey, it's Molly Brown. And let's be honest, between work, kids, and everything else life throws at me, I'm always looking for a little extra energy. That's why I love Zoa Energy. It's made with natural ingredients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, so I get that boost I need without the crash or jitters. Plus, there are tons of great flavors. It's vegan, gluten-free, and even low in sugar, so it fits right into my busy, health-conscious routine. So grab a Zoa Energy, fuel your body, focus your mind, and take on your day like a champ.
Any night is a great night for Pizza Hut, and they've got your next meal covered. Score a large 3-topping pizza for just $10. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside. Want a different vibe? Go with original pan, thin and crispy, or Chicago Tavern style. Big flavor, big savings, just $10. Whether it's game night, movie night, or just dinner tonight, this deal delivers. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just a priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
The high school baseball season is heating up on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania. This week we head to Warner Park as the Madison East Pergolders play host to the Middleton Cardinals. East is searching for their first win in conference play, while Middleton tries to establish itself as a team to beat in the Big 8. Myself, Riley Yauk, and the Dean, Dennis Semrau, have the call. First pitch is slated for 5 p.m. with pregame coverage beginning at 4:45 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies and SEC-registered investment advisor.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Summer's around the corner. Whether it is trying to increase your testosterone levels and make sure you have the right testosterone levels, whether it is making sure you are recovered properly with cryotherapy or red light therapy, or maybe getting that beach body you're looking for with semaglutide, go see the team at Carbon World Health. Go talk to Nestor and Ashley and see how they can help you find your best shape of your life over at Carbon World Health. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton. What are you doing there, Matt?
Just trying to get my hair just right with the headphones. It's so
it's not
tricky sometimes. Oh my gosh.
It's just this little mic. No, it's
Mom,
this
you do
little
it
mic.
every time you put your headphones on.
I know, but it's this little mic that gets tangled in these little frilly hairs. And I just muted myself because if I raise it, it mutes me, and then if I don't even know. But
even
it's
here
just
in the
annoying
studio,
because
you do
I got
it.
these little stringies. Okay, that is because I have long hair, Matt. I know you're jealous of the long hair.
I am.
So don't be hating on me because you don't have long hair anymore. Okay. Okay. If we could all just wear a hat or go bald, we would do it. Trust me, we'd do it.
You can wear a hat.
No, you're not catching strays, Jim.
Okay.
No, you're not catching
just
strays.
bald.
No, literally, actually, Jim, you're lucky you're bald, okay? There's days that I'm like, I just wish I just didn't have to deal with this. But you know what? I don't have a good head. I don't have a good, face shape. We've got too much of a double chin in order to be bald. I can't do it. I can't do it. So you're lucky.
You know, look good bald. Sinead O'Connor.
Who?
Sinead O'Connor.
Who's that?
Do you not know who that is?
No.
Does
I feel
nobody know
I
who that is?
recognize the name, but I don't.
Sinead?
Yeah. She was most famous for what's the "Nothing Compares to You" song? Nothing compares to you.
No.
No. Don't even know it.
Not tracking.
Is she 90? How old is she?
Well, she passed away, but she would have been probably within 5 years of me. She was a big singer in the 90s, big controversy that I don't want to talk about on the show, but she did something during SNL that upset a lot of people. But she was a very highly thought of singer who was famous for having a shaved head.
I have never seen this person in my life.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So, yeah, that was just, I guarantee if Wilde does get the opportunity to come on, he'll know who.
Is she from the Cranberries?
No.
Oh.
That's not, Natalie Merchant's from 10,000 Maniacs. So anyways, I know our listeners know who Sinead O'Connor is, but
No.
anyways.
Some of them do.
Text in if you know, but I don't think
Jeremiah
anybody does.
Madison said that, so now we're just taking the most attractive bald women people have seen.
Please do.
Demi Moore.
Charlize Theron.
Wait, Demi Moore was bald? With that gorgeous head of locks?
And G.I. Jane. And she looked good.
I'm
She
gonna
looked
look
good.
it up.
G.I. Jane.
Charlize Theron. Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Charlize Theron, she's just...
But that's kind of the same with Demi Moore, too. You're like, all right, she's just...
Yeah.
That
That's
was it
crazy.
Natalie Portman
All right.
that was in V for Vendetta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jason Wilde.
Was she bald in that?
Yes.
Mostly.
Shaved her head. Joining us now on the Yuengling Guest Hotline, Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America and now officially in Wisconsin, DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Jason Wilde is joining us. And Jason, do you know who Sinead O'Connor is?
Of course I do.
Thank you. Goodness gracious. I made a
R.I.P.
reference.
though.
I know. I made a yeah. That Molly's like, what is she, 90? I was like, no, she passed at 50.
Can you sing the song, because Jim did not do it justice apparently.
Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you.
Nope.
You
not
still don't
ringing a
know
bell.
Originally written by
I
Prince.
like the effort you put into it,
I do
as opposed
too.
to what Jim did, though.
Jim does his in all the same tones where he goes, nothing compares.
I know my range. I can't hit the high notes. Nor the low notes, but I can't hit the higher notes.
Well, I apologize. As I was telling Wooly, I had a speaking engagement, which ran a little bit long because I crushed it, and I was so good that I couldn't get out of there. I was like, I got an important radio show to do.
Yeah.
But they just thought I was just the bee's knees. So
been
sorry
there.
to keep you waiting.
So that's
Well, it doesn't happen very often. So
no. I do have a question for you, kind of a parenting question to start this off with. So I have a younger daughter who basically, gives me a hug and still thinks I hung the moon. And then my oldest daughter now applies rules of engagement that if I'm going to go see her do something at school, today she did a presentation on the Harlem Renaissance, and you're supposed to go there and then see the presentation, ask questions, do this whole thing. But we were told no hugs, don't fully acknowledge that you know me, and it's just, do you have rules of engagement for your older children? Now, my oldest, Rosie, turns 13 in a month, so that's kind of the age range there.
yeah. So and you're kind of putting me in a tough spot, Rutledge.
Okay.
Because
Rutledge.
because here's the thing, and I say this all the time. Like, Tausch gives me grief about how much I love being a parent and how obnoxious I am about it. But like, we have children, knock on wood, that make me look like way better of a parent than I actually am. Like, we are just so incredibly lucky, and I take very little credit for that. Like, they're not perfect by any means, and if one of them would clean a frickin' litter box once in a while, I'd be forever grateful, so I don't have to do it. But like, they're phenomenal. Like, they don't get embarrassed by us. They're at least so far, like, when it comes to communicating about really difficult stuff, like, they're really good about that. Like, talking about what happened at school. Like, they're on their phones too much. Mm-hmm. So I want to underscore that they're imperfect, but like, yeah, no, they say I love you all the time. Like, they're great about that kind of stuff. They don't, like, were they irritated that I ruined 6-7? Yeah, probably a little bit. But yeah, they don't tell us we can't. Like, we're huggers in our family, and so yeah, I'm really lucky. We have not encountered that, and one's a sophomore, one's a freshman, which I still can't believe because I'm way too young to have high schoolers. But like, they're going to be off. They're going to be off to college in a couple of years, and I'm going to be just a mess. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. The good thing, I've got to sell all the stuff out of my Lambo office on eBay. I'll be very busy listing things because I don't know what else I'll have to do with myself when I don't have the JV soccer game I'm on my way to, and the track meet tomorrow, and all the other stuff I've got on my dance card.
And the track meet. Jason, how are you? I have a Goody question. He said,
great to be with you.
Yeah, it's great to hear your voice again.
You guys meet each other for the first time?
Peace be with you, and also with you.
I just really like Jason.
He is risen. He is risen indeed.
Don't
my God.
You guys, your jealousy is showing right now just because me and Jason have this connection that you guys can feel. Doesn't mean you have to just get into me every time I greet my friend here. So Jason, before I was so rudely interrupted, Goody had a presser today, and one of the things that stuck out to me is he said he's gonna draft the best available player. Has Goody always been a best available guy, or does it vary from draft to draft, or was this something new, or was he just stating like, this is something I always do and now you're actually asking about it?
No, all right. First of all, I would argue that they're thin enough at enough positions where they don't you think they can draft whoever they want and have it be best player available?
Yeah, we kind of came to that conclusion the other day.
So that's the beauty of it. Like, although I would say this, I fundamentally disagree with Goody, and again, it's his team, so he can say whatever he wants. But like, did you hear him say, "I like our depth"? Like, what?
I must have missed that part.
Like, I don't know if you're like legally required to say that or what, but come on. Like, you don't have to. I mean, maybe he's deluded, right? Like, and don't clip this, Wooly. But like, I don't see the same team that he sees. Like, I've said this to you guys. I've said it a bunch. Like, I think they got on both sides of the ball. Once Parsons is healthy, once Zach Tom is healthy, once Tucker Kraft is fully cleared, I think they've got a really good football team. They're starting 22 or top 25 plus specialists. I think they're really good. I do. I just think that their offensive line depth. I don't really like their starting offensive line at this point, right? Like, yeah. Jordan Morgan may be very good. Okay, I'm not by any means ruling out the possibility that he's good, but I don't have any evidence that he is. Do you?
No.
Like, I don't know. Sean Ryan. I like Sean Ryan. I wish he didn't use the F word every fourth word because it makes it hard to use the audio from his interviews. But like, as much as I like him, if we're being honest, he was a good center last year for a right guard playing center because of an injury to the center. Right? Like, he wasn't. We've seen good centers. We've seen Scott Wells. We've seen Corey Lindsley, and he's not as good as them. He just isn't. And so, is he going to be better now that he's started 9 or 10 games there and he has more experience? You would hope so, but I don't know. You've paid. I keep bringing this up because it's incredible to me, but you've given Aaron Banks $43 million in a 12-month span. I don't see him as a $43 million player. So is he going to stay healthy and play at a Pro Bowl level at left guard? Because, by the way, the guy that used to play there was a Pro Bowler at left guard multiple times, and you moved him to center because you wanted to sign Aaron Banks. And Anthony Belton, again, the caveat was, yeah, he played well at right guard for a rookie, right?
Mm-hmm.
But did he play well at right guard for a right guard? No. And I always think back to David Bakhtiari, who, when I said, I was interviewing him after the 2013 season, and I was like, man, you played really well at left tackle. He said, no, I didn't. I played well for a rookie, but I want to be a guy that plays really well, period. And what did he go and do? He became a 5-time All-Pro, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Anthony Belton will do that. But so when I listen to Goody, and he says he thinks he's got good depth, like, he also said that he feels really good at corner, but he did at least acknowledge that they want to add numbers there. Well, yeah, because you got basically 3 guys, right? And then like Bo Melton, if he's still playing that position, right?
Yeah.
Like, you've got Benjamin St. Juste, who just got here. You've got Keyshawn Nixon, who, man, I didn't realize fans disliked him as much as some do. And then you've got Carrington Valentine, who has to be a better tackler. Pretty good cover guy, has to be a better tackler. So, again, I look at this team, and I see a team that does not have a ton of depth if they have problematic injuries. And I look back at last year, and I was leading the band talking about how good this team would have been without the injuries. And I still believe that, to Kraft and Parsons. But the fact of the matter is, they had a former first-round pick in Rashawn Gary, who should have elevated his game when Parsons got hurt and did not. And they had a former second-round pick in Luke Musgrave, who not only didn't elevate his game, but they played John Fitzpatrick and Josh Wiley more than they played Musgrave. Which, again, like, I don't want to insult our fans, but I don't know how many of them know who the hell Josh Wiley and John Fitzpatrick are. They might think I just made those names up, and that those are guys that work at Steinhoffel's at Bay Park Square Mall. Like, that's where they were at the 2 positions where they lost their legitimate superstars. So, again, and they've only got 8 picks. I would assume Goody's going to trade back. He didn't flat out say that today, but I think he intimated that he wants more picks. And they don't have a first-round pick. So, like, I don't want to put over too much pressure on the guy who gets picked 52nd. but like that better be at bare minimum a guy that is ready to play if someone gets hurt, the way like Bulaga was when Tausch got hurt in 2010.
Jason, if you were a fan of the Packers, would you trust Brian Gutekunst with his draft picks?
Ooh, I love the way you phrased that question.
I know you're not a fan.
No, I know, and I seriously, I really appreciate the way you phrased that question. In defense of Goody, I would say that every GM swings and misses, right? But I would say that for all the folks that used to complain about Ted, now he's got more drafts, right? I think he's got like 13, 12 drafts maybe on his resume, and Goody's going into his 9th. That dude picked a hell of a lot of really good football players. And, like, who do you look at as Goody's signature draft picks, right? Like, Jordan Love, who is good, not great. Elton Jenkins, who's no longer on the team. Christian Watson, who's really good when he's healthy, but has certainly dealt with a lot of injuries. Tucker Kraft, who is the real deal, right? He's the real deal. Like, I saw something about how, fewest number of Pro Bowl players drafted by that team, and the Packers had 0 this past year. But Tucker Kraft, we agree, is a Pro Bowl caliber player. And he would have gone to the Pro Bowl and he not gotten it, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So it's not like he hasn't picked good players. But, like, and I know we've done this exercise before, but I think it's really important. Like, the reason why everybody's like, well, he uses free agency so much more than Ted did. But, again, look at how he has used free agency, right? Like, forget about the 2019 group because he was replacing missing pieces from Ted's tenure, right? But, like, let's look at, you sign Xavier McKinney because you drafted you drafted Darnell Savage in the first round, and Darnell Savage wasn't any good. You trade for Micah Parsons because Rashawn Gary, who you drafted in the same draft in the first round, wasn't a good enough player. You sign Aaron Banks because a former second-round pick, Josh Myers, wasn't good enough to re-sign at center. You signed Josh Jacobs because you drafted A.J. Dillon to take over at running back for Aaron Jones, and A.J. Dillon wasn't good enough, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's why you have to sign those guys. You sign Nate Hobbs because Eric Stokes wasn't any good until he got to Vegas, and then he suddenly became good, which makes no sense either, by the way. So I just, the short answer to that question, Molly, is no, because it's been too uneven. And and then on top of that, I got to make these T-shirts. I don't know. I'm not very good at, I don't want to ask our creative design people to do it because they got enough to worry about. But I feel like draft and replace has to be a T-shirt. And I missed out on RELAX when I should have done that when Roger said it during the radio show. So I want to make sure that I don't. Draft and replace is what they do. And he's going to have 12 picks next year. And he's going to draft a bunch of guys next year. And the question that I would have as a fan, because it's the question I have as a reporter, is that the best way? Does that put you in the best position to win a title, right? Because if you don't reward guys, and Tausch will tell you about this, if you don't reward guys in your own locker room, that's one of the ways you get buy-in. They look and go, oh, you re-signed Molly, and you re-signed Jim, and you re-signed Matt. Well, now I feel good about this team values our core players, so now maybe I'll get an extension.
And Jason, we got the Brewers coming up. I'm sorry. Brian's screaming in my ears to tell me
get him out.
To be quiet.
I'm sorry, Jason. It's a great response.
I understand. My bad. My bad.
No, it was great. Blame Ryan. He had a lot of Zoa energy, Jason did.
Sure did.
And, Molly can tell you that Zoa energy really can get you rolling. So, Jason, I appreciate the time. And Molly, right, you can understand it.
I can totally understand it. And if you need some energy to get through your day, Zoa Energy is the answer. It's packed with natural ingredients, minerals, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. You can find some at zoaenergy.com.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Jason Wilde on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by News 3 Now. Jason Wilde, the best green and gold coverage from the best in the business. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by The Jump Around. Don't miss new episodes of this exclusive digital show talking all things Wisconsin sports. New episodes debut Thursdays at 12:30, streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. It's looking like a loaded non-conference slate for Wisconsin volleyball in 2026. We now know the Badgers will feature at least 3 rematches set from last year's NCAA tournament, a Final Four rematch at the ABCA First Serve Showcase in Milwaukee against Kentucky, an Elite 8 rematch with Texas in Austin, and as part of the opening Spike Classic in Pittsburgh, not only a Sweet 16 rematch against Stanford, but also a showdown with the Pitt Panthers, who reached the Final Four last season and have been one of the winningest programs in the country over the last 5 years.
Wisconsin weather is unpredictable. Your windows shouldn't be. Upgrade with Pella and get 0% interest until 2030. Order by April 30th at PellaWI.com.
Matt Hamilton here for Leinekugels, the craft beer that showcases a commitment to tradition and quality, founded in 1867 in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. No matter where I'm at, on the ice, on my boat, or if I'm just watching the big game, I always have a Leine's in my hand. Whether it's the refreshing summer shandy, the smooth honey vice, or my personal favorite, the juicy peach, there's a delicious flavor for every moment. Pick it up wherever you get delicious beer, but remember, you gotta be 21 years or older to enjoy.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
As a first-generation student, I initially joined the military to ensure I could afford college, and I had a lot of self-doubt. But at Madison College, there are so many resources extended to me, and I feel supported and confident to reach my goals. Best of all, I'll be able to transfer to a 4-year college debt-free. My advice to others, believe in yourself and your future. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
I'm Matt Hamilton.
And I'm his lookalike. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. We are going to be going to our YouTube-only show coming up here in about a minute. First pitch, 30 seconds, excuse me. Pregame starts at 5:05, first pitch at 5:40. And on Thursday, which is not tomorrow, on Thursday we'll do Pick Your Packer. Who's your guy in the draft? So start getting that ready. Who should the Packers pick at 52? But make sure to kick on over to the YouTube stream and watch us. The Brewers take on the Tigers tonight. First pitch at 5:40. This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly. Watch us on YouTube.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's gonna swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, streaming exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Sometimes you even like blow your nose and you're like, God, I'm disgusting.
Brandon Tulsa chimes in. The worst is when snot has coagulated to the degree that you have to use your finger to finish pulling the wad out all the way.
It's disgusting. We would rather talk about boogers than the Packers draft.
Green and gold, baby. Green and gold.
Yeah, I always pick a winner. Unlike Goody.
That is disgusting.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is the YouTube only version of Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power in the Everlight Solar Studio alongside Matt Hamilton. Molly Brown is at the zoo. Primetime Warshawn behind the glass, and Matt's already angling to go home.
I mean, just curious what the time frame was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a big day out of the house earlier today, or?
I was pretty busy.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of honeydew stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, I had to get new light bulbs, and they were for like track lights, so like we didn't have them, so I had to instead of the screw in, there's the two little pieces. Yeah. So I had to go find those, and then I had a contractor coming over. I'm trying to get my bathroom done before the baby comes, and
what are the odds?
Ooh, you better get cracking on that.
Yeah, we're
You
running
got,
out of
2
time.
months.
Yeah, I know. Fortunately, the stuff we have is in stock, so but he was over for a little bit. And that kind of chunked up the middle of my day. I had to get groceries.
Did you get a nap?
No nap.
Okay.
No nap. Had to go get groceries. That's why I'm drinking one of Molly's Zoas right now.
There you go.
Little mango
What's it there
Zoa.
for?
Yeah.
Wait, aren't you going to have a get hammered and hammer party or something like that for your bathroom?
That was my idea for bathroom demo day. Have to bring a case of beer and bring a hammer.
With all due
when
respect,
is this
I want no
happening?
part of being around that. Someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe not. Could just be a good time.
Could. A little roulette, yeah.
I think, Molly, when I get the tiles and can feel comfortable that at least
That
something
you
is going
actually have everything?
Yeah, right? Because the last thing I want to do is
Fair.
rip everything out and be like, oh, yeah, your tiles are 3 weeks back ordered. Like, okay.
That's fair.
So, yeah, I'm waiting on that. That's TBD, but you'll be invited. I'll just put a picture of Jim Rutledge on a wall for you and have you hand you a hammer and be like, I need you to take this wall down.
Well,
We should just do a Jim, Matt, and Molly remote from Matt's bathroom, and then we just demo during the breaks.
Okay. I'm down for that.
All right.
Will you
I would do it.
Will you be willing to work till 6 then if it's at your house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
No commute
You'd
home.
even work overtime.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's not get crazy.
Yeah, let's not go too crazy. 6:15 when I end up at home anyway.
So you go to 6:15?
Yeah, we can go 6:15. Not today.
Not
though.
today.
No,
Not today.
no,
Not today.
No. I was thinking
I gotta get home too.
5:45, right? I don't want to miss too much of the Brewer game. I got my
Where are
Brewer
you
gear
gonna
on.
watch it? Where are you gonna watch?
Oh,
the
I'm
Brewers
obviously
game
going
is
to
the real
listen to it.
question.
It's better to listen to it. I'm going to listen on
It is
right here
better.
on ESPN, Madison, 100.5.
All right. I wanted
Sounds
to
I was waiting for it too. I was just make sure Matt remembers the call sign for the radio station.
Yep. WTLX.
Call numbers. There you go.
Madison.
Good Karma Brands radio station.
All right.
I got to
Locally
re-record that
owned.
for us, by the way.
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
What do you got?
I was
You
going
dropped to the
re-record
bottom
mine.
of the list, Matt. You're not famous enough anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
No, it's
did
not
you
that.
participate? No, sorry.
Yes, it is.
No,
I did not, Jim. No, I did not.
Did you what?
Oh, you didn't hear what he said. He was just trying to cut deep at that point. He didn't even care what he was saying. He just tried to make me feel bad.
Well, I was just pointing out that
I was not at the Olympics this year. Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Jeez.
Neither were you.
and I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not recording legal IDs for the station.
Yeah,
We
fair.
were just pointing out there's a high standard.
No, it's not that. It's we don't like the on-air hosts to do them because the commercial might
He's
play.
barely here.
Well,
What are
that's
we worried
fair.
about that?
Okay, now you bring up good points, Jim.
Now let's talk about this again. Let me re-record.
You weren't there either.
Sick bird.
Yeah, take that. I
All
bet
right.
you lost just as much sleep as I did about it.
Yes.
Savage.
Yes. All right.
Yeah. Transition from that, smart guy.
I don't have to. Well, I can. I just don't want to be mean. But all right. So I want to play a game because Matt Hamilton loves games. So I kind of picked this up from the Chicago Bears podcast with Pat the Designer, and Shane Norling did it, and they've been on the show before. And they did a mock draft. Now, they did 7 rounds. I don't pay for Pro Football Focus. One of them must, or I'm sorry, PFF.com. I don't pay for that. They must because they did trades and they went all 7 rounds. You can do 3 rounds for free, and they will grade yours as well. So that we'll all be the Packers here, and we will pick for the Green Bay Packers, and then we will kind of let PFF decide who had the best draft. Now, Matt, I don't want you to tell us who you pick because you can go first.
Right.
But I do want you to tell us your grade first. So now you can only do this one time. Are you ready, Matt Hamilton?
Yeah, I'm just going to hit start draft.
All
here.
right, go ahead. Namal, you and I can talk while Matt does the draft here because we don't want him to give anything away.
Okay.
Are you ready to go on this? Like, what position of need are you looking into for the for the Green Bay Packers and everything?
Well, I apparently cornerback is where I'm going to be getting.
Jim just gave away his.
I am probably
love
looking
it.
at corner first. Then offensive line, potentially. And then defensive line, I think, if I'm going for 3 rounds. Do I get 3 picks, though? Because if the Packers...
It's their actual
Because
picks.
the Packers have what picks? 52. Then what do they have?
84.
You get 2 picks. I don't know what to take.
And what round is that?
The 3rd round.
And
32
then, but
picks
do
later.
They have... Oh, and then what's the next one?
They're out.
It's in the
100
4th round.
Oh,
So yeah, they don't.
okay,
have
so I
first 3 rounds.
only get to pick 2 things.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be better if the Packers had more picks, but
All right.
I'm probably going corner and offensive line. I'm curious
All
to see
right,
what Matt
Matt,
picks.
what's your grade?
Where does it say the grade?
I don't know. All right, well, Molly, why don't you go ahead and we'll wait for Matt to.
Okay, so I click Packers and then I click enter draft.
Yeah, make sure you have 3 rounds. Up in the upper corner there, it should have rounds. You should be able to get a 3
I got
for
it.
free.
I got my
No
grade.
idea. I think so.
All right.
Start draft. I'm choking. I'm gonna mute myself.
I got an A- on my grade.
Okay, good job.
But I mean, there's no way this guy drops all the way to the 52, which is
Wait,
who
I didn't
picked.
even do anything. It picked for me.
Because it picked for you?
I didn't do anything. Wait. No. That was first round. Okay, I'm good. I'm
Okay,
good.
yes.
How do I get to the next row or round?
I think Ryan, we're pretty sure that she just clicked one round.
I've never done it on PFF, so I don't know how it
My
works.
first round mock draft. Oh, so I did mess
first
it up.
round.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try it on my phone. Hold on.
All right, now you got up at the upper right-hand corner, it says rounds, and there is a lock next to 4, 5, 6, and 7. I feel like I'm talking to my mom
I mean,
right
how
now.
stupid could
And
stupid could PFF be?
And
What are
now,
we
now,
doing?
now I feel like I'm talking to my dad right
That
now.
might have been user error, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and then so you just look at the
Okay.
rounds through 3. So, well, we
Yeah,
can't.
but what do you? I don't. I literally don't get it.
Man.
Okay,
Molly, Matt figured
pick
this
the
out.
Packers
Yeah.
through 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I literally just clicked number 3. Can I show you my
Yes, yeah.
screen?
Well,
Okay, click the number 3.
Yeah. Enter draft.
Okay, so
Alright.
I only did 1 the last
Yes,
time,
yes.
and it just went. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, wait, I can't read this fast. Okay,
Oh, I hope
Start draft.
this
Alright,
mock
so- I hope I
draft
did
goes
this-
like the real draft.
What's that?
I hope the Packers mock draft that I just did goes like the real draft.
Ryan, what do you think? I feel like Molly's going to wilt under the pressure here.
I don't know.
Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, quarterback Ty Simpson is still available.
Oh, there you go.
Safety. Is this showing me in the rank? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet that me and Matt are picking the exact same person.
Well,
I
here's the
doubt
thing. It is a simulation where the picks can be different in front of you.
Right.
So,
Oh, yeah, true.
so it's not like a.
I don't trust the simulation because there's no way the guy I got is dropping to 52.
Well, we'll let our draft expert, Primetime Lorsheim, decide how real it is.
Okay.
That has been an issue before where some guys randomly fell, and you're like, what in the world?
Yeah. That's how I feel about that first pick.
Okay.
That I made.
We'll find out.
I don't even see like an offensive lineman.
So take the best available.
Which round are you in currently?
3.
There should be a good amount of offensive linemen from what I've seen.
No, it's center. I don't really want a center.
You don't want a center for the
cornerback, tight end.
I think the
guard.
Packers could use a center.
All right, fine, Ryan. We're going with it. Connor Lew. All right. I think I'm done.
Okay, I'm going to enter mine. Molly and Matt, can you guys talk amongst yourself?
Yeah, Molly, I'm curious, what is in the bottom corner? What does it say your overall draft grade was with your 2 picks?
Where do I find this?
It says my Packers mock draft.
Yeah. Oh, I see it. What's yours?
A-.
Oh, B+.
I mean, I'm not surprised, Molly. I know who you probably... I also took a center with my third round pick.
Connor Lew out of Auburn?
Nope.
Who'd you pick?
Well,
Can we talk about it or no?
We're going to wait till Jim's...
Wait, Ryan, are you doing it too?
I'm not, because I tried to go on PFF's website for the simulator, and it's just locked for me. Like the 3-round, any of them. I'm not allowed to do them for some reason.
Do it on your phone.
I think Ryan just grades us as a fan.
Yeah, I'd rather do that. I think your guys' mock drafts is more interesting than mine. Besides, 4 is four's too many.
Quite honestly, I don't know many of these names, if I'm being dead ass honest. I know the Jordan Tyson out of ASU. That's about it.
Yeah.
The one guy that I had actually looked into for the Packers and then realized he's never going to drop this far.
Okay. That's
is
who
the
you got?
one who dropped all the way to the 52 in this mock.
Okay.
So that's why I think it's a bunch of
malarkey.
Yeah, a bunch of malarkey.
Wait, but wouldn't all of ours be the same? Like, is the mockness not the same for all 3 of us?
The simulator is different each time, as Jim was kind of explaining earlier. He mentioned that the simulator will make it different every time.
My player might not have even been available for you.
Probably not.
So there's a good chance.
Well, I think so. I mean, so an A-, I ended up with a B+. B+. So we all did pretty well. But I mean,
that's because I fleeced the draft in my pick.
I fleeced the draft.
My first.
Did you trade up?
No, I didn't. At round 2, the 52nd pick, the Green Bay Packers select cornerback Chris Johnson out of San Diego State.
That's not a. No, he's definitely.
No, he's projected to go late first round now.
He's like first round.
Oh, is he really climbing up?
He's been climbing.
He's been a big riser this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was the guy who, a couple weeks ago, who I saw mocked to the Packers, and then I was like, okay, let's look into this guy. Got good size, good speed, cover guy. And then, then he started rising on draft boards.
All right, so who was your second pick?
My second pick was Sam Hecht out of Kansas State. Center.
Yep. All right, Molly, what were your picks?
Keontae Scott out of Miami, cornerback.
Yep.
And center Connor Lew from Auburn.
I almost had the exact same draft as you. I'm glad you said the name Lew out loud, because I was like,
You might have taken him?
Yeah. I have Keontae Scott as well. And the other one, I actually just doubled up. I went with Dalen Everett, a cornerback out of Georgia.
See, I almost went with another corner, and I wonder if I would have gotten an A, because they gave me a C+ for my center pick. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a C+, especially if he's a guy who can be a starter.
Mott, what did you get for your center pick?
B-.
So both my picks were B+.
Yeah, so I had an A and a C+, and it gave me an A-.
All righty. Ryan, do you want to play? You can't play, so I'm sorry.
PFF doesn't like me. I don't know what's happening.
You can tell us which
Ryan
one you like the
mock
most.
simulator drafts all the time. That's why you got kicked off PFF off all of his devices.
Apparently, I have no clue what I did, because it's just not even allowing me to even access it at all. But I think if I'm looking at you guys' drafts, I like Matt's the best because, he got the best player by far. I think Chris Johnson could be like an actual starting level player
so
at
according
corner,
to
which
this,
would be awesome for the Packers.
PFF has him as a 46, which, again, is second round, but at 52, it's 6. It's a good value.
It's a great value. It's probably the best value of any of the
Sam Hecht
picks.
was 84. Like, there was no value there. That's like where he thought he was supposed to go.
Sam Hecht, how do you spell that?
H-E-C-H-T.
H-E-C-H-T. And who was the center? Who was the center you drafted?
Lew.
Connor Lew, L-E-W.
All right, so
Yep.
I will use our friend at ChatGPT to create an image with, and then we're just going to, instead of putting the grades on there, we'll put the image on there, and we'll ask people maybe tomorrow or maybe later, which draft do you like the most?
Okay.
And we'll have a little fun with that. So that was fun, right? It was a good time.
I loved watching Molly
made the whole thing. Molly all of a sudden turned
I'm
into
sorry,
a 100-year-old woman.
How do I literally had 1, 2, 3. So I'm like, great, it's 3 rounds. Like, who the hell is gonna only draft the first round? That was stupid. That was dumb. It was a waste of a mock draft. I could have gotten a better grade than Matt, but I didn't because of them.
I think we all did B+, A-, B+. Like that's pretty
She's
good.
just mad she lost to me.
What?
Yeah, she's just upset she lost.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, we're all poor sports here.
Yeah, fair.
We're all competitors.
Yes. What's so funny, Ryan?
Just Molly.
We're all
Molly's just getting
competitors.
so mad at technology. It's just was amazing.
Oh, that she was mad that we're not all getting the same players available.
She's like, what is this? I don't understand.
How are we supposed to accurately decide who's better?
Well, I mean, am I wrong? If we don't all have the exact same mock simulator, how is it even fair?
Jim, what would you
We all
say?
have the exact same mock simulator, but you're rolling the dice. The draft,
simulation is different.
Yes.
You might. Hey, here's the thing, Molly. I might have been able to get an A+, but your best score might have only been a B+, and you nailed it.
And so I would like to point this out to Matt. To Matt's point,
what a yawn.
Yes, she's super into this.
Yeah.
To Matt's point, your Chad Johnson. What was his name? I'm sorry, not Chad.
Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson.
Cinco.
Yeah, Chris Johnson.
Hell of a pick for the Packers.
Well, Chris Johnson, the running back, would have been a hell. Chris Johnson would have been a hell of a pick for the Packers as well. So, but Chris Johnson, he was ranked 46. So.
Right.
PFF does not have him skyrocketing like other places do. So even though it's weird that he's available, it's not like PFF weighed that heavily because, like, oh, we have him as a first-round guy and he's sitting around.
I will
in
say
round
that
2.
I do think that this whole simulation, this exercise we just did, is a good reflection of what Packer fans are going to have to go through because, like, we're going to have to hope that the draft falls our way. Like, waiting until 52, like, you're going to have to hope that things, like, roll properly. Like, somebody like Chris Johnson might fall or the player who the Packers, maybe if there's like one player who the Packers are like, we really believe this guy is worth getting in the second round. Everyone else is like third round grade or lower, so we're going to trade back. Maybe they're just waiting for only one guy to fall to him, in which case Goody's going to trade back if that guy gets taken. Like
Mel Kiper's got Chris Johnson at 39 now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think anyone in that second round range, like you're going to get a lot of grades on these guys being like one has him at 34, one has him at like 54. Like the range is like pretty wide, but like all the guys in that range are probably like same tier of grade at the end of the day.
And also, it's going to be very much in the team's internal draft boards and what they value.
And
because
who fits your scheme.
Exactly. Like what fits the Packers scheme is different than the Bears scheme defensively. Offensively, there's some overlap, but like everything is very much scheme dependent and what do you like? Which again leads me to believe that if Goody wants to help Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love, if there is a tight end available that is viewed as best player available, I honestly think that could really unlock some things for the Green Bay Packers on offense. Like I think that's a sneaky. I think that's a sneaky position. Doesn't have to be in round 2. Could be round 3, but the right guy could really make this offense consistent and more than a receiver, more than I think. Otherwise, another running back. Like offensively, a running back to complement Jacobs and be kind of a true, just maybe even a home run threat out of the backfield, and or a tight end that can be a complement to Tucker Kraft and just confuse teams by running the 2 tight end set. That I think that can really make things difficult and for defenses make it much easier for Jordan Love.
I would push back against the running back thing though, just because from what I've seen and everything that I feel like I've heard from draft analysts is that it is Jeremiah Love, and then all the other running backs are like low second round grades or third round grades. And I think running back.
Not at number 2. I'm talking like in this draft.
Not in the draft, they need to draft a running back. But I think in the second round is probably one where I would just be like, you can find good running backs in the 4th.
But one guy was a 7th round pick, and he was helpful for the Bears.
At the end of the day,
Alvin Kamara was like a 4th or 5th.
Aaron Jones
pick.
was a 5th round pick. They were in the same draft too. It's a crazy running back draft. But when you think about the running back too, like. A lot of the success of a rookie running back is how good's the O-line ahead of him. Like, would Kyle Mononga be nearly as good without the Bears O-line?
Nope.
Like, there's a reason he fell to the 7th. Like, so if you're the Packers, like, I like that, honestly, Molly and Matt both addressed offensive line, interior offensive line in the first 3 rounds. I think they desperately have to do that.
Yeah, no, like I said, I was going to pick the center, but I was like, Molly picked him, so at least I heard her say the name Lou, and I saw him there, so I was like, I'll pick someone new. So I
just hate that. I hate that name. Unfortunately, Connor Lou just sounds like a bust.
Why?
I don't know. It just sounds like
Connor
a Dr.
Lou
Seuss character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a Dr. Seuss character. That's not an offensive lineman.
Well, you know
Molly.
what? Jordan Morgan, not great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the other names.
It's two first names. It's
Jacob
not great.
Monk, not great.
Yeah, don't
Zach
love
Tom,
that.
great.
Zach Tom, yeah, two first
Okay,
names, but he's
good.
great.
Mm-hmm.
It is a creative player. Zach Tom is such a creative player name.
It is.
I will
Are
say
you
that
gonna say? Go ahead.
one of the bigger notes, sorry to cut you off, Matt, but one of the bigger notes from Goody's presser today, too, was that they expect Zach Tom to be back for the season, like ready to go by training camp, which would be massive for their offensive line.
Would be very big.
They need that to happen.
We do. Molly, I was just obviously comparing some of the rankings to the Mel Kiper board, which I basically just take as like gospel at this point when it comes to
because
like
he
the
was
draft.
so right about Shedeur Sanders last year. Remember?
Oh yeah, totally. But I mean,
A professional receiver.
everybody misses. To your point though, that Connor Lou 78, my guy 98, 97. So maybe you
Look at
did
that.
have a better draft than me, but
and to
PPF
Ryan's
didn't think
point,
so.
like that's basically the same grade.
Right.
When they're when the same position was in 20, it's literally eye of the beholder. I don't know which one actually works better for the Packers' offensive line scheme. I mean, you a good coaches have prototypes at all their positions,
Right.
including center and guard. One name that was available that I was intrigued to take, but I got competitive and I was like, I'm not going to get a good grade if I take a receiver. I was more intrigued just because of the ties to Wisconsin. Skylar Bell.
Yeah.
Is he seen as like a what's
he's viewed
round
as
is
like
he viewed?
probably
Is he equivalent as like a Savion Williams to me?
third,
That's
fourth
what
round.
he is in my mind.
No, he's 6 foot 185. So,
Yeah, no, he's like a true vertical receiver. Savion Williams is a gadget player.
yeah. Skylar Bell's that third, fourth round could be fit. I mean, could be
Really?
Yeah,
He
could be
put
fit.
up massive numbers at
Yes.
UConn. I didn't realize he was seen as that good of a
He's
prospect.
quick too, but 101 catches last year, 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. He put up huge numbers last year, and
What's this? Who's this tight end out of Stanford that I saw on
85
my
on
draft?
Kiper's board. Skylar
Really?
Bell. 85.
That is neat.
That's pretty high.
That is high.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the better players for Wisconsin are the ones who transferred away in football. I mean, him and Riley Nowakowski are both like draft darlings right
Are you
now.
talking
from what
about
I've heard.
Sam Roush, Molly?
I don't know. It was a tight end that was going to go in the third round on my mock drafts.
Well, he's listed as a 2026 top draft pick, 6'5", 260 pounds, former 4-star recruit. But I'm pulling this off Google AI at the moment, so I'm not 100% sure on it. But it looks like he's projected as a mid-round pick. I mean, love the athleticism, love the size. Like, he's the perfect complement to Tucker Kraft. I just think having two tight ends, and obviously I'm 100% a prisoner of the moment, but for the Bears, like, the reason they traded DJ Moore was not because of Rome Odunze or Luther Burden. It was because Colston Loveland is going to be their number one guy next year.
Yeah.
And
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
The number one?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Him and Caleb together, pretty good.
Yeah. And then Burden obviously popping off, but like Colston Loveland's going, and then they have Cole Kmet. So both they have two tight ends, and then you can put out Burden and Odunze. Now you feel like you're really confusing some teams. The Packers have something. They don't have it now, but they can.
I don't
they
like
got the
hearing
one
that
guy.
because my fantasy team's got Burden and Odunze, and you're telling me they're 2 and 3. I don't love that, Jim.
Yeah, if I had to bet Ryan, I mean, if you watch the games too, I think Colston's going to really develop into his version of what Tucker was for the Packers before he got hurt. Laporta.
They're both going to be the number one receiver for their respective team.
Yes.
No,
and
honestly, no doubt.
Yes, and I think the Packers adding a tight end could make life even easier for Tucker Kraft and Jordan Love.
I think it goes to the point we were making yesterday where it's like offensive line, tight end, wide receiver, honestly, in the third round. Like,
Just don't reach. Like, I think that's our general philosophy here for the Packers. Don't reach for a quote-unquote need.
Don't reach for a need. Like, one thing I did see earlier today, that Bruce Feldman from The Athletic, he does a bunch of anonymous surveys with, like, scouts and different position coaches about every year's draft, and the D tackle and the D line coaches in this draft said it might be one of the worst D tackle drafts in 10 years, which sucks because the Packers need interior defensive line help, though thankfully they got Javon Hargrave. But at the same time, it's like, if that's the case,
It's still
then
a
like,
roll of the dice because
it's a roll of the dice. You don't
It's a
want to just
smart
rely
roll.
on him.
It's a
You
smart
need
roll.
depth at the
Didn't
end
Sean
of the day.
Ryan play tackle?
Yeah.
So if you got a center, you could address that need.
I'm saying defensive tackle.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
defensive tackle.
Yes, defensive tackle is one of the
Bigger
worst.
deal.
Yes.
Sean Ryan couldn't do that.
I mean, maybe if we
O-line,
want to
D-line.
we really want to throw something at him.
Goody likes to move guys around.
Yeah,
Maybe not
he
quite
loves
that much.
he loves versatility. That is true. But no, D tackle is apparently not great in this draft, which stinks for the Packers.
Well, so then it goes a little bit to the run too. So like sometimes, and I've seen, and it still doesn't usually work out, but sometimes you can, like, I don't know, do the Packers have any gaps in their picks this year, like major gaps?
Not particularly.
But even
they don't pick until 51. That's the major gap.
Right. But even between their second and
52.
third round pick, like if
the second and third round pick is just a 32 pick
but
gap. So
let's
it's
just
the
say
normal.
that they really like a specific, like let's say the corner, they really like a corner that technically isn't great value but still solid value because they don't have no confidence he'll be available, or a guy of equal value will be available later. Sometimes you end up having to pick for position. That's the other harder part of this, is that if you're worried that there's a big steep drop off from, like, let's say corner 7 to corner 9, and they go, look, corner 9 is a non-playable player for year one. Corner 7 could be a maybe sneaky starter in year one. Well, then we better just overdraft here and get that guy
before the run.
So, I mean, there is a little bit of that as well. Not even a run. If you got 32 picks and you only, like, if you have a clear line of demarcation and you're close to it, then you better just make the pick. It's I like all that about the draft. I honestly don't know how well Goody does with that.
A bunch of GMs playing chicken.
Playing chess or poker.
Well, yeah, I mean,
chicken.
Yeah, like when
They're
you're
on
gonna
each other's shoulders in the pool. What?
No, do you not? No, chicken is a game where, like, if you're driving two cars going head to head, whoever like swerves and avoids the other car first is like the loser. Chicken.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as you're going head to head. Is like, when do I
prefer
make
Molly's
a move
analogy.
on a guy? What? Standing
I'm
on
just thinking
someone's
about,
shoulders in the pool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goody's got the floor's got to be on Goody's shoulders.
I would not take that to group.
You know what group? Who's Dan Campbell's GM?
Doesn't matter. I'm taking that squad.
Because otherwise, Ryan Poles, the GM for the Bears, he played in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's like 6'6",
and there is no GM in Minnesota.
It's just O'Connell drowning.
Brad Holmes is the GM for the Lions. I believe he's a former player too.
Okay, then two former players.
I believe so.
Yeah.
You're not taking.
Yeah, and for Minnesota, it would have to be like Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores.
Oh yeah, yeah. Brad Holmes was a defensive tackle at North Carolina A&T.
They're beating that one. They're winning
played
the
for the
whole
Rams
thing.
for 7. Wait, no.
Who
Played for the Rams for 9 years.
Elliot Wolf and Mike Vrabel are not going to do well.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking about Kraft.
Oh yeah.
Robert Kraft and the coach. I wasn't even thinking
He would
about
need a massage
who their
afterwards,
GM
but
is.
like,
Good Lord.
but Vrabel's a heavy guy.
Yeah.
So would Vrabel, apparently.
More like a spa.
Yeah, Vrabel just want to hold hands.
Honestly, I mean, Goody and LaFleur are just getting washed in this battle of the NFC, right? There's no matter who the GM is for the Vikings, like Kevin O'Connell, like he's a big guy, like he would beat Matt LaFleur
and Poles is like former offensive lineman, so he's
Poles
like,
is huge.
Yeah,
honestly, wait, okay, but if we're doing this, then is it the coaches with the GMs on their shoulders for all of them?
I think you have to,
right? So okay, well then,
God,
Ben Johnson's got a tough job. Ben Johnson's got a tough.
Well, so does Holmes, but he probably could do it.
Yeah, he's the tackle.
Or do you do it the other way? Do you have the coaches on the GM shoulders? I don't know which way you do it.
I mean, the
I
GM.
hate this image. It's so gross.
If we're doing this for the draft,
ChatGPT it.
The GMs are the ones who are like the brains, right? I mean, they're the ones making decisions, so they probably should be like the ones on top.
Yeah,
I think.
This is not
Who's
the
the
game
top,
of
who's the
chicken
bottom?
I was describing, Molly. You did this.
This
so
is
you know,
good.
you did this, Molly.
Your game of chicken's boring. I like this game of chicken.
Boring? Two
when you
cars
think of
going
the
head
game
to
of
head
chicken-
at full speed? That's not boring.
No.
But there's no
Ryan, when
imagery
you think
to
of
it.
the game of chicken, do you just think of like automatically you go to like a hotel pool and it's just like kids like you're like on top of
I've
each
played
other's
that
shoulders?
game hundreds of
That
times.
is chicken.
But
You
I
knew
know
exactly what I was
I knew
saying
what Matt
in my
was talking
reference.
about too. Yes, because that is
I
a very
Nobody refers to they're playing chicken like the getting on someone's shoulders and trying to pull them off someone else in
Molly
the pool.
does.
No,
Molly
yeah, okay.
honestly,
You were
I
the
thought you were
only
gonna
one
say
then, Molly.
chess.
Because
Like a
everyone
normal
listening to the
person.
show was like, "Oh, where they're going head to head, and whoever swerves first loses."
I think like you both got a case here because like chicken is like nobody plays chicken anymore the way you're describing it. You
Right.
only see it in movies from the 50s.
Well, I don't know.
I don't even know if it ever was a real thing or if it's just a movie plot device.
I think they did. People used to play Russian roulette, like actually play Russian roulette. Like they play chicken.
Easy.
I'm just saying, like there are people who are crazy enough to do that.
Molly,
kind
what
of
do you
stuff.
think Russian roulette is? No, what pool game is that? No, I was kidding.
No, stop. I know that one.
Matt, did you ever play chicken? chicken?
Yeah. Not the
both of them.
actual one. No, the one in the pool.
Oh,
yes.
okay. I was wondering if Matt back in high school was like, let's drive at each other, guys.
I think
No, but we definitely raced each other.
I think of Footloose, where they have a chicken fight with tractors.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds so slow and stupid.
It was. The movie.
Molly's such a hater.
Also a weird premise of like a town you can't dance in.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in Indiana, so it's not impossible.
Was it Indiana?
I thought
it was Utah.
I thought it was Indiana.
No.
Oh, Utah. I'm like,
both with track.
I was about to say
Both with
Utah.
track.
I truly think they might not let you dance.
6 to 1,
You
half
can't
dozen
show
the
your
other.
ankles.
Speaking of Utah, I am watching a doc on Netflix. Woo.
Which one?
Like Not My Prophet or something like. I'll tell you the name of it in a second here.
Footloose was set in Beaumont, Utah. Apparently,
There was
was
in
right.
Utah. Huh. The more you know.
Ryan was right. Beep boop bop bop, beep boop.
False.
Beep, boop, bop, bop, beep.
Trust me, The False Prophet. It just came out. It's a lot. Not
It's
good.
it's
Not
set in
good.
Utah.
Yeah.
I think I have an idea of what it's about. I don't think you need to get into
I
it.
think we can all assume.
Yeah. It's not good.
I'll look right now.
I mean, at the same time, it's fascinating to watch, but you feel. I'll give you the premise of it. Is that this woman who like was like a kind of a quasi local TV star and like did some infomercials and stuff. Her and her husband, I don't know exactly why, they ended up moving nearby to a LDS community, Latter-day Saints, and they befriended like some people there, and then they thought like this is kind of weird, so they started just recording everything. So there's like a year's worth of footage of them just interviewing and talking with, because her husband he's a documentary filmmaker. So like they're just like, hey, let's just
make our own doc.
Yeah, and then they started realizing, but then they started like digging into it and figuring out like, oh
Talk
wait,
dirty to me, babe.
Yeah.
right, exactly, not that kind of
You're speaking
documentary.
my
You want to go interview the Youngs?
Right? Yes. So, jeez. But anyways, that's how it gets like, and then they're like calling the police and they're like, hey, this is happening, and then you get into like what kind of evidence they need, and like then they do the whole setup for it, and like how brainwashed these women were.
Yeah.
And like they're like fighting for it. And honestly, wait, Molly might remember this. This ties to something that was in the news where these people were pulled over and the girls were in the back of a trailer. And this made like social media news and made like national news.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This was like 3 years ago. The guy was trying to drive out of the country with his underage wives in the back of like a U-Haul sort of thing. And they saw their fingers off the top, and then someone called, and then the police came, and it was like a whole. I remember seeing it like on the news or something like that, like 3 years ago.
Linger on your fingers.
Because it was like a national news story.
That timing, Ryan, was
horrible timing.
Perfect.
Horrible timing.
Linger on your fingers.
You know
I
what?
am very into true crime, but I don't know that one if I'm being honest.
All right, well, watch
couldn't
it.
tell you.
Watch it. But yeah, and then I think we're going to go, on that note, I think we're just going to go Brewers baseball. I mean, we're obviously not on
Amazing.
YouTube here, but we'll end on that high note.
Yeah, that was, what a great little post show.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a blast.
I did too. All right.
I'm just glad that I got the best grade because it's the first time it's ever happened.
I forgot about that.
First and only time.
This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.